Hello everyone and welcome back to 13 Frights Before Halloween 2022. I'm excited to bring you another fun project for this week. And don't forget to join me in my crafty goals every Monday until October 24th. Information will be in the description box below. Now let's get crafting. So my project today is inspired by Sam from Mixed Up Crafts. She put out a video for an easy wreath card design, and as soon as I saw it, I knew right away that I had to take it and make it into a Halloween card. So that's what I've done. Here is my Halloween easy wreath card. The card is 6 by 6.5 when you consider all of the decor that I've added here. And you're using a basic 6 by 6 card design and using a circle, which you can see here on the back side. And we add that to the base of the card, and then you build your design all around it. You can use die cuts, ephemera, you can use your stamps and cut those out, which is what she did, and I'll have her video linked down below so that you can check it out because it's super cool. And the stamps that she used are so awesome, and you can even purchase them online, and I will have that link down below for you as well because I may end up going out there and capturing them myself because they're so awesome. But I wanted to do it Halloween style, and so that's what I've done. But just remember that you can use all kinds of things to build up your design around the circle. You could even use the circle, build up your design, and don't use the card base. You could use it to actually create a wreath, add a little string from the back side, and then hang it up. But today I wanted to do the card design just so that it can have something cute sitting on my desk. So as I said, the base cardstock is 6 by 6. It has a stopper so that it stands up on its own and doesn't lay out flat. And then I added a little bit of decorative paper here, and that is from Doodlebug Candy Carnival. Love this collection. This is the first time I'm crafting with it, and I've been hoarding it a little bit. I love that collection so much. And then what I did was use the Chit Chat and the ephemera bits, I'm not sure what they call them, odds and ends, to build up my little scene. You're almost making a scene, but it's in a circle, right? So I have my big tent here, the spooktacular Halloween night. We have our little tickets and stars, and then I added candy and some of the other little pieces around it. It kind of makes you feel like you're at the carnival, and I loved it. So then I added some Winkastella to the stars and the cotton candy just to give a little more sparkle. And I do have a tutorial following the portion of this video, and I hope that you can stay and create one of these with me. But if you can't, thank you for joining me, and I hope you come back to create another time. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future videos. And for those that can stay, let's get started on making this wonderful little wreath card. For this project, I'm using Doodlebug Candy Carnival 6 by 6 paper pad. Now, if you have Halloween 6 by 6 paper pads, this is the time to use them if you want to add color to the base of this card. In addition, I'm using the odds and ends, the Chit Chat, and I've even used some of the icons and mini icons. What I did with these, I put them on white cardstock, put the sticker on the cardstock, and ran it through my brother's scan and cut, and then cut them out so that I could save on using the larger sizes, because I think with our base being 6 by 6, that a smaller size ephemera piece or die cut would be best. So that's all of the name brand items I'm using. Now let me tell you what you're going to need for cardstock. The first thing you're going to need is a 6 by 6 piece of cardstock. I'm using linen cardstock. It's about 80 pounds. Here is my decorative piece that I cut out. This measures 5 7/8 by 2 7/8. The decorative piece is going to get glued down to the bottom of the linen cardstock. You're going to need one piece of cardstock that is the same weight as the first cardstock, and this will be 3.5 by 1. I'll do the scoring in a moment. For the circle part of this card, you're going to need a piece of cardstock. I'm using the same weight and brand. I have 2 circle dies in my stash, and you'll need 2 circle dies as well, or you can use one of those circle cutter machines or gadgets. I don't know. I don't have one. But I had these in my stash, and they have like the deckled edges, and I thought that would be perfect for Halloween. So my first one measures about 5.5 inches wide, and that's what you'll need, at least one that measures 5.5. The second measurement will be 4 inches, but my die here is 4.5, so that's okay. This inner piece can be whatever size you want it to be, because this will cut out the circle. So if you want a wider circle, let's say like this, you would want your die to be smaller on the inside. But I think this is good. So I'm going to tack these down, and I will run these through my die cutting machine. So you only need one of these. So I'll run these through, and then I'll be back and we'll do our scoring. Okay, I am back already. Let's see how this turned out. So what you need is the larger of the 2 pieces, right? Look at this. Oh, I love that. That's the first time I've used these dies. I'm loving that deckled edge. So awesome. Okay, so this is the piece we're going to need. So we're going to set that aside for a moment. You're also going to need your smaller of the 2 dies, or again, your circle cutter. So just put those aside. We're going to take our 6 by 6 piece of cardstock, and we're going to score at 3 inches. And then we're going to take our 3.5 by 1 piece. We're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 3/4, and 3. This will become our stopper. The way to fold this is the little 1/2 inches on the end, fold up. And on the center one, we're going to fold down. So your piece will look like this. Okay, put that aside for later. And let's fold and burnish our 6 by 6 piece. And at this point, you want to go ahead and glue on your decorative piece if you are using one. This is an optional item. You don't have to do that. But I wanted to have the addition of more color. So I'm just going to glue that on. The next thing we're going to do is take our smaller circle, and you're going to align it in between the 2 sides of your card. Now, when you do this, you want to keep in mind that this would fit in a 6 by 6 envelope. So you want to put your circle low enough to where it will actually fit into your envelope, considering that you're going to be adding items around the circle. So we're going to be taking our little ephemera bits and adding it here around the circle. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So I think that's actually a good placement right there, because if I add something here, it still is below the 6 inches. Couldn't have done that better, right? So I'm just going to, again, tape that down and run this through my die cutting machine. Now remember, when you run this through your die cutting machine, you're going to do it where your 6 by 6 is folded in half. Now I just ran this through, and I actually ran it through 3 times so that it would cut through all the layers. We'll see how well it did. Definitely flattened out the tape. So then this part, ooh, that came out really nice. Oh, look how cute. Gosh, we could make an easel card out of that. This is adorable. Gonna save that for later. Okay, and then this is the base of our card, and it will stand up like that. I love having the decorative piece down there and this deckled edge. I am just loving that. Okay, now we're going to take our circle and we're going to glue that on to the front of our card. Now, because mine's deckled, I'm going to try and find where they line up just so that it looks better. Yep, right there. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to take my glue and put it around the circle here just a little bit. See, I just love that peeking out. And now what we want to do is take our die cuts or ephemera pieces that you might be using and go ahead and start layering them around the circle. Now, it's okay if you can see some of the circle through your pieces. It's perfectly fine. I'm going to start by layering some on with just a little bit of glue and then kind of building on from there. I have been playing around with the design, but I haven't quite mastered what I want it to look like yet. I think this piece is a little bit too big for the 6x6, but I just really like it, especially with this little guy. So I'm going to have to work on this a little bit to figure out what exactly that I want and maybe change out some of the sizes. Okay, so there is my card all decorated. I added some little jemmies here in the center and even in his bow tie. That is so cute. As you saw, I added some Wingastella to the stars and the cotton candy. So just a few things, when you're adding your die cuts, remember to kind of keep in mind the size of your envelope, because if you go beyond the edges of your 6x6 paper, like I did here, you might need a wider envelope. And in fact, mine is actually 6.5 inches tall. So I would need to make a custom envelope for that. So just keep those in mind, your boundaries and the size of your envelope when creating it. but that was a lot of fun to put together. Once you get started, it's like putting a puzzle together, and you just got to find the right spot for everything. Now I could add some glossy accents to the little lollipop here and the candy apple. I think that would be kind of cool, even the candy corn. But I would need to do that last. And what we're going to do now is add our little stopper. So when we open this up, if we can open it up, see what happens? It just falls down. So we're going to add a little stopper here. We're going to put some glue on one side of the little tabs, and it's going to be on the outside. This is the piece that we made earlier. Just gonna turn this around, put this in the center. Whoops, I think I'm going the wrong way. I just put that down in the center here. I'm gonna burnish it really good. We're gonna fold this up, add adhesive to the outside of the other 1/2-inch flap, and then we're going to fold this down on top of it. Just make sure it's nice and flat and burnish. So now when we stand this up, it will stay up because we have this stopper from it just laying flat on itself. And that's what it would look like standing up. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I absolutely love this idea. I hope you give it a try. It's really fun. Now I'm not going to make the envelope because yours may end up being a different size, and I don't want to show you one size and yours be something else. Plus, I'm actually going to use this as a little decor piece and just set this up on my desk. I just really think it's cute and fun to look at. So that's our project for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you create it, please give me a tag. I would love to see your design. So that's it, everyone, and I'll see you next time.